If you're just starting out with social media marketing or freelancing, you're probably wondering to yourself. All of these videos are about how to actually get clients and how to get the business off the ground. So what we're going to uncover today is slightly different. We're going to look at how you actually get paid. I'm going to show you how to get paid and what you need to know to get paid, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Welcome back to another video. We're in a different setup today. I am in Bulgaria. I'm here for about 2 weeks, so you'll see a couple videos shot in this location. Now, if you're new here and this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure to hit the like button to tell YouTube that you like this type of content, but it also helps me out a ton, so I'd really appreciate that if you could do that for me. Also, before we get into it, make sure you join the free Facebook community. Link to that is in the description. We do a free training in there, a free live training every 2 weeks, so make sure you are in there. Okay, so we're gonna break this into 2 parts. The first thing we're gonna look at is how you get paid. So AKA, how you actually accept payments, whether that's PayPal or Stripe or bank transfer. The second thing we're going to look at is how you should send a proposal or a contract to your client, what it should include, so you both have a record of what the services are and what the client is paying for. So we use Stripe, PayPal and direct-to-bank payments, so I'm going to explain all 3 of those, why we use them and the benefits of each. 80% of payments go straight to our Stripe account, which then goes directly to our bank account after a couple of days. 15% comes through PayPal for clients that just prefer to pay that way. The final 5% comes from our clients who like to pay direct to bank. So each one of those has pros and cons, and some of them are better suited for SMMA, where you're getting paid every month, where others are more suited to one-off payments. In short, if you're looking for monthly payments from your clients, so you provide a service and you get paid once a month, then Stripe is your best bet. So with Stripe, we can have the card of the client on file, meaning that we can charge their card every month, okay? Now, the only problem that ever occurs there is that if they don't have enough funds on the actual account. Stripe does take a hefty fee for all transactions, which is roughly around 2.2% plus 30 cents per transaction. But at the end of the day, it means that if we get paid $500, we might lose $20 or $30 on fees, but that heavily outweighs the fact that we can charge them every month. So the fees add up, you could be talking about a few hundred per month in fees, but ultimately the fact that we can charge their cards means that we get so much more benefits from that than that one con of the fees. Now, when it comes to PayPal, look, some of our clients just naturally prefer to pay via PayPal. Some of them run a lot of their business through PayPal, where they might get Amazon or Shopify payments from their e-commerce store directly to their PayPal. In that case, it makes sense. We're happy to facilitate that. And also PayPal has less fees. So from our experience, from a $500 transaction, we usually lose only $5 on the fee from PayPal, so it's not that bad. Now, the one kind of downside here is that it's just harder to charge their card every month. You can set up a subscription with PayPal and it is possible. It's just that we find that Stripe is much easier for that because we actually have their card, not just their PayPal account. So the client must have money in their PayPal account, where maybe they have it set up that when money comes into the PayPal account, it gets automatically transferred to their bank account. In that case, we don't have as much leverage and we can't really charge their account. And finally, direct to bank payments is what we use for clients that don't want to use Stripe and don't want to use PayPal. It's rare, but we do have 1 or 2 clients that do want to offer this route. Now, the biggest benefit of this is that there's no fees. So we lose no money for every transaction, which is very nice, but we don't have any ability to charge their card. So it's very much up to them, and we have to just really trust them that they're going to pay us each month. Now, of course, we do get paid at the start of the month, right? So they pay before we do the service, but it just means that if they did 2 months with us and they signed a 3-month contract, we wouldn't have that leverage to be able to charge their card for the 3rd month. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what should you use? So Stripe is definitely the most optimal for social media marketing, running an agency and freelancing, but if you're just starting out, PayPal is probably the best route to go. Direct to bank can also be great when you're starting off because it's not confusing, right? You literally need to just give your IBAN and your bank details to the client and they can make the payment. So what I'd recommend is starting off with PayPal or direct to bank, and then once you have even 2 clients coming in, then I'd switch over to Stripe and set up that system where you can charge their card each month. Now, with PayPal or Stripe, if you're just starting out and you don't have a business account set up, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So in that case, direct to bank is going to be your most frictionless way to get started. So as I said here, really being able to charge your client, whether that's for 3 months or 6 months, is going to be the biggest factor when it comes to what platform you choose or what payment processor you choose. So Stripe is obviously the best there because you have direct access to their card. PayPal second because you have access to their PayPal account, and then finally direct to bank because it's pretty much useless when it comes to that. So once you've actually got paid, now we've got to look at the actual legalities of getting paid, right? So ultimately, you're going to need to send your client a contract or a proposal. Proposal is a more informal way of just saying, here's what you're paying us to do, and you're signing and you're agreeing to this. Contract is obviously more legally binding and it's going to be more formal. When you're starting off, don't stress about this point. I know it's really easy to just look at this and be like, whoa, I need a contract. That's crazy. I don't have a contract. I don't have a lawyer, none of that stuff. But when you're getting started off, you don't really need to do that, right? What you need when you're starting off is a proposal, a very clear outline of what you're doing, the service you're providing, how much you're getting paid, and who you're doing the service for. What's the client's name? What's your name? What's your details? What's your address? All of those kind of things. Really, it's just more a formality of saying to the client, hey, look, I'm trustworthy and I'm going to put a written document in place for us so we both know what you are paying me for. So don't worry or stress about this too much. Just look up online, sample marketing proposal. You'll find tons of examples online. Just use a very basic one that's easy for you to adapt to your business. Start off with that. Now, when you have a lot more client payments coming in, you can look at making this so much better, right? You can look at having a more legally binding document or an actual contract, but when you're starting off, don't stress about this. Okay, so to recap, to get paid, you can use Stripe, PayPal, or direct to bank. When you're getting started, direct to bank is the most frictionless, right? You have basically nothing you've got to do apart from sending your details to the client. PayPal is going to be your second route then, but along with PayPal and Stripe, both of them you're going to need a business bank account for. You can set up a PayPal on a personal account, but you're not going to be able to do a subscription, right? So you're only going to be able to charge them once off. And when it comes to the formalities and legalities of the service you're providing, look into having a very nice and simple proposal. Don't worry too much about getting a contract right now. You can look at that when you have some clients coming in quite steadily. So hopefully that clears things up for you, and with this in mind, you feel a little bit more confident and ready to start actually getting clients that are going to pay you. So this is all well and good. You need to know these things of how you're going to get paid, but ultimately now the biggest thing that you can do is focus on lead generation and doing sales, and that's really what's going to bring those clients into you. And if you are getting started with your agency, or you even have 1 or 2 clients and you're looking to scale up, I can help you either scale up or simply start from scratch and start getting your first few clients in. You can book a call with me. The link to that is in the description. Now, it's only for people who are serious about taking or starting their agency and getting it to the next level. Don't apply if you are not ready to invest time and money into your agency journey and into your future. But if you are ready, and the time is now, click that link, book a call with me, and I'll speak to you soon. And apart from that, if you want to join the free Facebook community, check that out. Link is in the description. We do a free training in there every 2 weeks, plus we reply to your comments and your messages in there. So if you have any queries about social media marketing, running an agency, or freelancing, pop them in there. Make sure to leave a like, make sure notifications are turned on, and I will see you very soon.